This is the Fortean Slip with your host, Chris York.
But he can smell the Loveland Frogman.
It's a Mothman festival.
Oh, Mothman, whatever the fuck it is, I don't give a shit.
Co-host, Steve Alcorn.
I'm lazy, and I don't do YouTube videos anymore, but I still get money from YouTube on occasion.
And sometimes special guest, Matt Knapp.
Maybe I could go down in history as the first eyewitness of a moth woman.
I think you should endeavor to do that.
Taking down all things strange since 2013.
But my reservation.
What would Jesus do, Steve? What would Jesus do?
In Chris's world, that's called a good day, Steve. Oh, Steve, you're a damn investigator.
I don't know much about that subject. But what subject do I know about?
Which means he can hear it on a quiet day. That's kind of like one of your cryptid sightings, Steve. Asshole lives matter, Steve. What's the Mothman's name?
Actual name?
Fred Dryer.
That's not the Mothman's name.
Dude, you would be hard-pressed to get me to attend a Bigfoot conference if it was like a block away from me.
I was gonna say if it was in Tulsa.
Wolfman Jack was on the air.
I'm the Wolfman.
Another astro.
Every time I do any sort of impression, he has to trump me.
You're about to witness the strength of creep knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to the Fortean Slip. This is episode 104, The Secret Show. I don't know why I want to call it The Secret Show. I think it's because the other night I wanted to get a good buzz on and get on the air, and that's what Anthony Cumia used to do with one of the producers on the Opie and Anthony channel on XM. They'd just get drunk, go into studio, and do a show in the middle of the night and not tell anybody about it. And it was great. Like, not like promoted or anything, just fucking boom, we're on the air. I always enjoyed those. Interesting, fun times. Steve?
Yes.
Oh. I was just curious if I was just going to carry...
I think...
I didn't know if I was carrying the whole show by myself tonight or if I was going to get some help.
You usually do.
I usually have to fucking carry it along. I have to move it. But...
I don't know.
Oh, thanks.
Secret show, huh?
Secret show. Well, that's what they called it, so...
It's not... Yeah, but...
It's not really secret. But it's just on a different night. That's all.
Yeah.
It failed.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to get a buzz on and all that shit, and none of that stuff happened. Well, maybe it did. I don't know. See, maybe that's the secret.
You don't know, Steve.
I don't know.
I could be completely sober.
That would be,
something different. Or maybe I'm not. Or maybe, Steve...
What if?
Or maybe, Steve, you're not.
Yeah, what if I'm not sober?
What if we dosed you?
Something happened to me along the way. I don't know what, though.
What?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No. What if we dosed Steve with LSD and, like, just...
Like those old government experiments?
No, worse than that. Because it wouldn't really be any type of an experiment. It would just be for our pure enjoyment.
Right, a government experiment.
Like, I'll tell you what, Steve. If I come down to Mothman, you have to commit to dropping acid with me.
No, not going to happen.
You have to commit that it may happen.
It may happen without my knowledge.
Steve,
you will not.
You might have to take mushrooms.
You will
I'm not saying
like,
that you
take
will.
any legal action against Chris in retaliation if it happens to happen.
Don't worry. I'll set you up with some Jefferson Airplane, a little bit of White Rabbit on a loop.
A little bit of Pink Floyd The Wall.
Inagata Devita. I mean, I don't worry.
Still
when
not
you
gonna happen.
listen, Steve.
Still not gonna
Steve,
happen.
when you trip, you need a co-pilot. I can be a fucking co-pilot.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Daddy,
I'm not sure that I would want that.
Listen, Daddy's got you.
Yeah, I you're my friend, Chris, but I don't think I'd trust you.
I really think we should do this. No,
to be
I
honest.
think this could be a scientific experiment, Steve. We could actually have you see the Mothman. Or
We
or
could
a woman.
actually have you be the Mothman.
Well, I can tell you, if this happens to happen, which it won't happen, but if it happens to happen, I will be coming home single. That ain't gonna happen. So,
Oh,
You won't be coming home, Steve.
no,
that's
I
right.
probably won't.
This is one of those trips where you don't come back from it.
Chris, I think you should just stay in Maine.
Can you just imagine if Steve's like fucking running around with 2 sheets on either arm through the streets of Point Pleasant going, I'm the Mothman.
I would do that whether I was high or not.
Standing on top of a trash can.
That'd be great.
How much you paying me to do that? I'll do it without any fucking drugs.
About $10.
Yeah,
I'll do it for
I think I
$10.
could scrounge up like 75 cents.
No, I'll do it. Matt said $10. I'll do it for $10.75.
$10.75.
I'll run around the Mothman Festival with sheets on my arms, proclaiming to be the Mothman.
We need to get you some red beady eyes.
Can I have antennae?
Sure.
We know how to accomplish that.
No,
Come here,
no,
Steve.
no. I will not. If you happen to attend Mothman, I will not be, eating with you. I will not be drinking anything with you.
Here, Steve, have some coffee.
I don't even think I want to see you. 'Cause now I'm scared.
Care for a sugar cube?
I will make sure that everything gets approved by my better half.
I assure you, Chris can't get you high just by looking at him.
Yeah,
That's
that's not
but
gonna happen. I'm not a hypnotist.
Unless you're in like an airtight area, somewhat close quarters, then possibly.
It might happen.
Or if he's really sweaty.
I could possibly have the properties of one of those psychedelic toads, where if you lick me, you go on a fucking trip.
that for sure ain't gonna fucking happen.
Where's that fucking X-Men at?
Yeah, I know, right?
I get people fucking wasted by proximity. It's my mutant ability.
You just fuck them up. Wait a minute, wasn't Proteus kind of like that?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, we've lost everybody now.
Yeah, we fucking everybody just
never
tuned
had 'em.
out. Fucking bye.
If they made it through last week's show, I'm sure they're fine with this one.
Fuck, I barely made it through last week's show.
Yeah, no shit. And then my audio was fucking atrocious. So, yeah, good times.
Speaking of last week's show.
No, please don't.
Yeah. Still got that dick pic, Steve?
No, those are gone.
Oh.
Those are gone.
Why?
We're not talking about dick pics tonight. You guys can say it all you want. I'm not going to talk about it.
Why?
I was just
Wait,
inquiring if it was still
Wait a
there
minute.
or
No.
not.
We don't want to talk about it.
I
Steve.
sent it back from
Listen.
whence it came.
We have questions. Why are the dick pics gone?
Because I deleted them.
Oh, is there any particular reason why you deleted them?
Well, because they shouldn't have been on my phone in the first place. That's why I deleted them.
It's part
See,
of
I
the
know where you're going.
every
I
time
ain't going there.
he does his Hail Marys, he deletes all pornography.
It's my weekly routine. Just
All right, I like I said, I'm just
deleting things that shouldn't be on my phone.
I just have questions, and that's all. Like I said,
No, see,
you and I,
people-
Mothman Festival, One pill makes you larger, Steve. One pill makes you smaller.
I don't want either.
Ether. Yeah,
Which
we
one?
can do that.
Go ask
Which
Alice,
pill makes
Steve.
me normal? I want a pill that makes me normal.
No, listen, Steve, that's the whole key. Oh, see, and we lost Steve. Matt.
Fear and loathing in Point Pleasant.
It's going to be an atrocious night for this show. Steve has gone on his trip prematurely. The Matrix swallowed him whole.
Steve has already entered the rabbit hole.
It couldn't have happened at
But
like
if there
a
was
better
some
time.
way to get him like 10 drops of LSD into a drink,
Oh
and
man,
like happen to have it on video.
could you imagine? Like Alcorn has probably like I'm willing to wager that he's maybe smoked weed a few times in his life. Maybe.
You think he's actually smoked weed?
Oh yeah, on very very rare occasions, I think so. But anything beyond that, so could you imagine? Like, I can't imagine anyone dosing me. And I've had psychedelic experiences before. I couldn't imagine like somebody going, hey, by the way, there was, or not even telling me at all, just fucking all of a sudden being like, what the fuck? Not even knowing.
Steve strikes me as the type that would like freak out if he took 5 Tylenol within 24 hours.
Yeah. Did I take too many?
The book says you're only supposed to take 4.
Meanwhile, I knew people that used to fucking crush them up and snort them. Yeah, it fucking gets rid of the headache quicker. You dumbass.
Straight to the brain.
Yeah, that blood-brain barrier, man. Yeah, is that going to be your fucking excuse?
Yeah. You look like you have a fucking mole tunnel going through your head.
I think that would be a blast, though. Fucking, sit Steve down, like do a DMT trip with him.
Take him to a rave.
Fucking get out the fucking shaman and get some ayahuasca brewing. Steve's like puking and shitting himself and going on this amazing magical journey.
I found the meaning of life. There's a fucking plastic frog talking to him about the secrets of the universe.
Steve's just going, fuck the Mothman, I talked to God.
He looks down, he's wearing the American flag print Converse.
Just mystically, like he didn't have them before.
Richard Allen, what are you doing here? I'm your spirit guide, Steve.
Fuck me. But he's not Richard, he's a ferret.
He's a ferret with Richard's voice.
He's Steve's totem animal. Because
Steve's totem animal is a ferret with a British accent.
Right, because you remember that Rick Dyer said that Steve's a weasel.
That's right.
So
a member of the muscled family.
So fucking Richard Allen shows up as a weasel to guide Steve through his meditative state of bliss on his journey at the Mothman Festival. So the Mothman Festival becomes not even
Vision Quest.
It's not. Yeah, it's not even the Mothman Festival anymore. Steve's on a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, everybody just sees him hanging off the Point Pleasant Bridge with his dick hanging out.
Yeah. Taking picture after picture of it and sending it to himself.
And then going, who is this strange man that sent me dick pictures?
He's completely transcended the Mothman Festival.
Why does he look like me? And why is he wearing a cowboy hat? He looks stupid.
You mean his penis?
See,
he has like a little cowboy hat on it?
This is what Steve gets for having a shitty internet connection.
This is it's actually very fitting because it has turned into the secret show because Steve won't know about any of this until he goes back and listens to the show later.
Right. He's completely missing out on all this. So for Steve, this is
He's experiencing
it
through the eyes of the listener.
Right. I don't think he's going to want to go back and listen, though. He's probably going to be afraid that we brought up, like, all kinds of things that he doesn't want us to talk about.
We wouldn't do that, though.
Right. Unless he was here to make it uncomfortable.
Right. It's no fun making them squirm like third party.
Right. I wouldn't, I mean, you know, because then I wouldn't know. Unless I could get him into a hangout afterwards. Play the YouTube video.
That could be the next show, possibly.
Right. We listen to
Steve listens to the last episode.
Steve's reaction to our discussion about his mystical vision quest.
Yeah, you could cash in on that whole reaction video craze that's going on.
Yeah, that everyone needs to do for everything.
Everything.
Oh God. I sometimes I like pop culture. I get sucked in. I think we all get sucked into pop culture every once in a while. Just something comes around and you're like, I've gotta fucking be in on this. Like I remember the first thing that got me sucked in was the Furby.
Really, you're a Furby fan?
I fucking grabbed a Furby. Like, because I thought it was going to be like a fucking thing. Like, I thought it was going to be like a big thing. Plus, I thought they were fucking far more versatile than what they were. I thought they could do way more than what they could do.
Like, they actually did something other than just be an annoying alarm clock you can't shut off.
Exactly.
I actually have a confession.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The first round of Furbies, because, you know, there's been a couple of Furby eras.
Yes,
we had one
correct.
recently, actually. But the first one, my cousin bought his little girl one. She had to have one, of course. And at the time, I was out of sorts and living at their house. And I was trying to sleep one off one day. And that fucking Furby wouldn't shut up. So I actually stole the Furby and put it in the hot water tank closet and left it there, and eventually it shut up. And my cousin found it like 15 years later.
I'll bet it's worth something.
It probably is.
If it was one of the first, if it was one of the first round ones, I got one of the first round ones, and I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. All the different moves that I had and whatnot. I don't know exactly what went on with it, but I remember at one point my girlfriend at the time took it to the bar with her, and like I don't know why it was so amazing to them, but she's like, "We had a blast with your fucking Furby last night." I was like, "Oh, all right."
Does it have a vibrating feature?
Yeah, no shit. Did you stick it between your legs? Did you guys pass it around? Does that thing got a double-ended feature I don't know about? Fuck.
My stepdaughter got in on the second round of the Furby craze. Fortunately for me.
Yes.
And her brother spent all of the time he could, like, grabbing it from her and turning it evil.
I didn't know they made them so that they could become evil.
Yeah, you can keep on doing something and it makes them go crazy or something, and it lasts that way for like an hour. She would scream and throw a fit.
The coolest little thing I ever saw that they did. You remember like how they came out with like the Tamagotchi pets and shit like that?
Yeah,
the little
Gigapets.
digital pets. You could fucking feed them. You fucking taught them shit, and supposedly, you know, they grew up, they fucking changed, whatever. Coolest thing I ever saw when I was fucking with computer programs was Creatures. You ever hear of Creatures?
I've never heard of Creatures.
All right. Well, Creatures was this game developed by, I don't fucking even remember by who. So fuck them. But it was a game, and I think there was Creatures and Creatures 2. There may have even been a Creatures 3. I'm not quite sure. But I got in with the original Creatures. And what it was you started out, you had this little egg, you hatched it. It was this little thing called a Norn. And the Norn could be any, color, configuration. It could be male, it could be female. And you would raise it and feed it on this little plot, and you can move it all around. It had areas to go and play, and there were toys, and you could teach it to talk because you could use the keyboard, and it would learn words, and it would learn your name, and it would call to you and ask you to do shit for it. And you'd raise these things and breed them. And the thing that this game boasted was that these creatures had DNA, digital DNA. Well, I remember I started looking on like forums and stuff about these things because I was, fascinated with the idea that you could, fuck with them and change their, breed, have like evolution within these things. And someone had bred them to the point where they were immortal. And they called him the Highlander Norn. Yeah.
Catchy title.
Right. But I always thought that was really cool. Like a cool version of those, those digital pets or, virtual pets. Because I see kids, not so much now today, but at some points along the way, my kids, other people's kids would like these digital fucking pets, like the dogs game on the, what is it, Nintendo, or the Nintendo Dogs, or whatever the fuck it is, where they raise these little fucking digital animals. But I always thought
get
that
tired of them,
right, and then they just fucking leave them alone. But I always thought that the Creatures one was an interesting twist on it, where and you could have tons of these fucking things. But
so could you like breed them and change get attributes, like kind of like a genetic thing?
oh yeah, you could. They would change, and they would. I can't remember how far outside of the genetic code that it would go, or what if you could get any type of extras. I didn't know. I don't remember how far it would mutate or whatever, but it was some pretty interesting shit. Like how much they put into those games. I remember that, and I remember like people could upload their Norn to like a forum, and you could download their Norn and put it into your world to check it out.
And email it or text it to Steve's phone.
Right, and with a big hog on it, which is what you usually do.
Right.
To bring it
Big
back,
old Lincoln log.
To bring it right back around.
I jumped on the pop culture bandwagon a little bit earlier than you did, apparently. My first pop culture purchase was it was a Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh.
Yeah, had to get in on that craze as a youngin'. Everybody had one. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
kind of a moment for me coming out and saying that.
I mean to say that as an adult. Are you talking about as an adult or as a kid?
No, I'm talking about as a kid. I had to have one because everybody else had one. I did not play with it. I kept it in the box and everything. Of course, I can't find it now. I'm sure it got sold over the years or something, given away. I don't know what happened to it. But I thought, it was just one of those things. Had to have it. I didn't grab it because I thought it was going to be worth a bunch of money or anything. It was just something that I had to own because of the peer pressure of the rest of the world.
Well, I think like with the Furby, I bought the Furby as an adult, and I considered that to be like my first pop culture, like big boom fucking thing that was just really extremely popular. Because like I said, I thought there was more to it than what it was. I thought it was like a semi-artificially intelligent toy.
So you got to actually play with.
The Furby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I messed with it.
Lots of adults will pay good money to play with a Furby. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed about.
No. I actually fucked around with it. See what it did. You know, I didn't want to just fucking leave it in the box. It was a cute little Furby, man. It's like fuzzy.
I mean, I've eyeballed the Wookiee Furby on the shelf currently.
And you should. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of Steve Alcorn, now back from his vision quest.
Maybe.
Okay.
Steve,
So I downloaded, or I installed this computer program today on my computer. It's just an old version of the Corel version of Photoshop. What's that called? Whatever. And I think it's corrupting it's crashing my computer. So I'm trying to uninstall it as we speak, but I'm back. And I had a Stretch Armstrong. That was my go-to toy when I was a kid, by the way.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, that was the... You don't know what Stretch Armstrong is?
Oh, no, I'm well aware of what Stretch Armstrong is. No,
Okay.
I'm good.
I mean, it beats the hell out of a fucking
You work
Kirby.
on getting your Corel thing out of the way. Matt and I will continue to do a show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm here.
We don't want to put you out or
No. Listen, you've got to prepare for your vision quest. You don't understand what it is that Matt and I have spoken about while you've been gone. When you get a chance to listen to this show, you'll know.
I won't listen.
Well, then you won't be prepared.
Hey, yeah.
Only this show can prepare
when
you.
am I ever fucking prepared?
No, listen. Only this show can prepare you for what's coming.
I'm sure.
That and maybe
sure
a
it has
copy
something
of
to do with-
Go Ask Alice.
Yes.
Have you heard of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Steve?
You
I've
might
heard of it,
need a
yes.
towel.
I'm sure there was some, wonderful things said while I was...
Have you-
Plenty of
absent.
water, Steve.
Steve, have you ever been to a Gallagher show?
I've seen him on TV.
Okay, it might be like that.
Oh, boy.
We're talking first few rows
Yeah.
of a
Oh,
Gallagher
boy.
show.
It's like going to SeaWorld, Steve. We're going to get a shaman.
It's like swimming with the dolphins.
Yeah, I
listen,
don't.
If the dolphins were sharks.
this guy is going to, he's a professional. You know, just because he wears like twigs and berries and, has no teeth anymore.
I don't have any teeth anymore.
No, but like these are all like blackened and just, don't worry. He's a professional. He comes from, he comes very highly, recommended. You're all set. You're going to be good. He can
All
guide
right.
you on this journey. Even if I'm not there.
Just don't look at his birthmark.
That's right.
Is this journey... When is this journey happening, or is it something that...
Oh, it's already happening, Steve.
It's already in motion. You already made the choice, Steve, by being on this show.
I've made
It set the
a
ball
lot
in
of wrong
motion.
choices in my life.
It set the ball in motion years ago now, at this point. You're on this path. Like, you're going to be enlightened. That's what you should think of.
Yeah,
You're going to understand things that none of us, not even, hey, I've had some pretty crazy experiences, but what we have planned for you.
Is there a way to opt out of this vision quest?
I think it's going to make your relationship with your girlfriend stronger.
No. That's
No,
not
I
what
do.
want. That's
I
not what
really do.
asked. I want to know how to opt out.
Was Buddha able to opt out, Steve?
Eventually.
Did Jesus opt out?
History.
Yeah, Jesus
Listen,
opted out at the end. Sure.
Okay, technically, yeah.
history is full of guys, Steve, that didn't want to do things and had to step up and do them, make sacrifices.
Hey, listen, I didn't.
You're like technically jumping the universal grenade here, Steve.
I don't want to jump the universal grenade.
You're
Or
going to
the
be
shark.
like creation's wingman.
I don't want to do any of that stuff. I'm happy the way I am.
Well,
Maybe.
Under your current understanding of happiness, yeah. But that's
My
all a
current
facade, Steve.
Well, I don't care. You see, I'm happy being ignorant.
You're happy being
Right?
ignorant? You like being
Yes,
a lemming?
absolutely. I don't want to know what this shaman has to tell me. That's all I know.
I think this.
Because I'm sure.
I think this could be good for you, man. I really do. I think
I'm
it
sure
could open
coming
your
from you
eyes.
two, it is not. It's not going to be good. It's yeah. It's. I'm not going to go back and listen to the show because I don't even want to know. I just don't want to know. And I don't listen to the shows anyway.
Hey, we all make decisions, Steve.
Well, I've made a decision for
You did.
sure.
You made a decision. It was. You made a choice. The vision quest has begun. Like, it's gonna be like Serpent in the Rainbow. Some guy's gonna just walk up to you and blow shit in your face, and you're gonna
No,
be.
I don't want that.
But you are Dr. Allen, Steve.
That's right, Dr. Allen. I wanna hear you scream, Dr. Allen.
I've known you for a while now, and I kind of know that this can't be good. That's all I know.
No. Listen, I've told people on many occasions, you should take, if you're going to take psychedelics, you should take them in a safe place, in a safe fashion, with, people around you, not,
People that care.
Yeah, people that care.
Not just people.
Yeah, I mean, somebody that can walk you through, like, and these shamans, they do this shit all the time. Graham Hancock's done this. Joe Rogan's done this shit. Steve, you're gonna be amongst greatness.
It's the next evolution in podcasting, Steve.
Okay.
You can come back from
this
your.
could really help propel us to the next level.
You take a DMT trip at the Mothman Festival.
No. Not going to happen.
It would put the Fortean Slip on the map. Man
somebody
runs through town with his penis hanging out.
Well, I'd do that without anything.
No, you wouldn't.
If the money was right. If the money was right, I would.
Oh, yeah, if the money was right.
Yeah. It would take a lot for me to run around the
fucking-
Mothman Festival with my dick out. But
Okay,
No.
okay. What kind of money are we talking?
Yeah, exactly.
to run around the Mothman Festival with my dick out?
Yeah.
To go to jail
It has to be quite a bit.
for hanging your dick out in public.
Yeah, but you only go for like overnight, right?
Right.
That depends. Are there any
And
kids
decent
around?
exposure.
I have to. Well, yeah. See, that's the thing.
And of course, you have to be all like, marked up with, Fortean Slip promotional slogans and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that would definitely take the show to the next level. You're right.
I'm thinking this is what we should
plays
do.
on the evening news.
Come on, Steve. Dollar amount.
It's
I
either
think I'm going to back out of the Mothman Festival now.
Steve.
You said for the right dollar amount. I want to hear the dollar amount.
$350,173.
That's
Come
all
on,
it would
Steve.
take?
Let's be realistic.
That's
No,
all it
let's
would
be
take.
realistic. What's a real number, Steve?
That is the real number.
No, you would do it for way less than that. If somebody pulled out 10 grand, I'm pretty sure it would happen.
No.
You wouldn't do it for 10 grand.
Run around with my dick hanging out at the Mothman Festival? No.
Okay, well, your dick doesn't have to hang out. You can just be in like underwear and socks and your Mothman wings.
The Mothman wings have to happen. You cannot, and it has to be sheets. You can cut them up and you can dye them black.
Okay, how are you going to raise the money for this?
For what?
GoFundMe, Steve.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's start a GoFundMe account.
I think it can be done.
I think
For
Richard
real.
Allen. I think this should be Richard Allen's new purpose in life. Fuck your blog, Richard Allen. Get out there, start a GoFundMe campaign for Steve Allen's
When is
Vision
the
Quest.
festival? When is the festival?
It's in September.
We've got plenty of time to raise 10 grand.
You go ahead, start a GoFundMe account. Make sure you use my email address and stuff.
No.
Go ahead and start a GoFundMe.
Oh, no. You don't get access to that money until you do the deed,
deed has
son.
to be done.
Shazam.
You'll get it at the time of release.
Yeah, I don't know. The wings I could do for $10.75, right? But I have to be fully clothed.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
Yeah,
We need
no,
some,
this escalated
publicity
quickly,
out of this.
Steve.
You know how the boxers have, marvingardens.com on their backs and marker and stuff? It's got Fortean Slip, the YouTube address or the blog site or something on your chest.
Can I also have my website on there?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No.
Little print.
Arm or something.
No.
We don't want to take away from the Fortean Slip in this, Steve.
Well, I know you don't, but I do.
I think the Vision
Because,
Quest is a
it's
far better
not
deal
hard.
for you. I seriously think that you should go on the Vision Quest. Vision Quest over running through the town as a Fortean Slip billboard.
If the GoFundMe account reaches the amount of $87,000, I'll do it.
The Vision Quest?
Maybe not the Vision Quest. It depends on, if there's, any sort of illegal substance involved, I'm not going to do it at all.
Listen,
no matter how
Steve,
much
we're
money
all
there is,
carrying
except maybe 10 million or
DMT. No,
something.
listen, we're all carrying DMT.
I don't care what you're carrying.
No,
So,
you're carrying DMT now as a live fucking human being. You have it in your body.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
It gets
But
released when you dream and when you die.
I don't want to do either of those things. Well,
you won't
especially
be-
the second
you
one.
won't be doing that thing. You'll be going on a Vision Quest. You're gonna see. Well, I don't want to ruin the surprise for you, like where Matt and I went with this story.
Well,
But it's gonna be
I
great.
don't want to know where you went with this story.
It's gonna be great.
Great for you.
I think. Can we get in touch with
I'm
Ron?
kind of disappointed, Steve. I thought you would take one for the team here.
Here's the thing. I haven't met either one of you in person, and likely never meet Matt because he never, goes anywhere.
I
But,
just went somewhere today.
Yeah, no shit.
well, I mean, in public.
What? Am I Michael fucking Jackson or something? Like, what do you mean?
Well, you just said on the last show you wouldn't go to one of these things if, it was right next door. So
That's just
Well,
because he
that's
doesn't
because-
like
yeah.
Bigfoot conferences.
I wouldn't go to a Klan meeting if it was next door either.
But, I thought, here's how I visualized our first meeting, Chris. Hey, buddy, what's up?
A field
Not
of
much,
flowers.
Shake
the two
hands,
of you,
give each other a nice manly hug or something.
kiss.
And,
Man hug.
no, none of
Yeah.
that.
Deep tongue kiss.
A man hug. And then
Can I pinch your ass?
just kind of hang out. Maybe go eat some spaghetti at a local Italian restaurant or
You
something.
mean like Lady and the Tramp style?
No,
Oh.
none of that.
Oh.
But I mean, I just
What is
envision-
this? A hug and a spaghetti dinner? How you've imagined your meeting with Chris?
Well, and a handshake. You forgot the handshake part.
Oh.
Steve.
Wow.
A nice manly hug, not one of those girly type, gay things. I don't want that.
You don't
There's
want
nothing wrong with that.
No
Listen,
offense to all the girls.
Steve,
out
you
there.
don't want it like when the two guys saw each other in Brokeback Mountain after years of not seeing each other.
I don't want it. I haven't seen that movie, and I don't want to.
All right. I just
Because,
want to.
I have nothing against.
The wife in the window being horrified at that was the best part of that scene.
Oh, good. Are we off the Vision Quest thing now,
You guys
No.
really missed each other, didn't you?
Yeah, no shit, huh?
or is this part of the Vision Quest?
I think you should take the Vision Quest. Like all the other stuff is you're gonna get landed in jail. Maybe throw.
How about this, Chris?
What if it winds up
The
being like
second
Shutter
time.
Island, Steve?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh dear God!
So it doesn't do any good.
All right,
to make
what's
that
your
reference.
bargain for this whole thing?
My bargain is I'm not doing a fucking vision
He'll
quest.
drape a bed sheet over his shoulders, fully clothed at the Mothman Festival for $10, is what he said.
I will do that.
And say, I'm the Mothman. I'm the Mothman. Bah! Bah!
$10.75, man.
You drive a hard bargain, Alcorn. See, I
But I ain't
think
doing
You're really
it.
putting yourself out there, Steve.
I think the
Are you sure you want to go through with that?
Where are we going to get the sheet?
Jeez,
oh my God.
this
Can I
guy.
steal it from the hotel that I'm staying at, or?
Oh, you'll steal property from
No,
a
I'll take it back. I meant borrow, of course.
No, you're gonna have to cut it up.
I'm not cutting it up. It's not mine. Should I bring one from home?
Sure.
Okay. It might cost an extra $1 for me to do that. You know, sheets aren't cheap.
I think
How about a T-shirt that says "Cryptid Lives Matter"?
Oh, I can do that. I'm gonna. You know the artwork that Fred did for us, Dred Funn, Fred Dunn. He always put me in the fucking Mothman T-shirt. I will have one of those, and it's gonna look just like the T-shirt he did in the artwork. So
Oh, really?
I'm gonna make it myself.
So you're going to be
Yes.
like a drawing come to life.
Absolutely, art imitating life, or life imitating art, or however that works.
Or something imitating something else.
So what if Fred drew you partaking in a vision quest?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Dosed out of your fucking mind.
I mean, he can draw me all he wants, but
What
it's
if-
still not going to happen. I mean,
What if we could get
I'm not going
Fred?
to jump out of an airplane and he drew
no,
me doing that too.
Steve. What if we could get Fred to put on an afro wig and paint Bob Ross style while you have your vision
God, that'd be
quest?
I almost. No, not going to happen.
If Fred Dunn,
How big is the brush?
If he painted happy little trees while you were having your vision quest, you couldn't deal. That would be so calming. I could
It would be.
go on a psychedelic journey with a Bob Ross lookalike.
Not going to happen.
Damn it!
I'm getting kind of horny, guys.
Wow.
Always talking about Bob Ross and
What?
Vision Quest.
Well, he did fucking wear his shirt half open with all of his chest hair hanging out, man.
Hey, do you want to know a true story? I met Bob Ross.
Wow.
True story.
Was he packing?
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course he was.
All right.
He was
Something you always
I know
gotta
this is
wonder.
going to sound ridiculous. This was like in the 80s. Okay, so I was technically just a little kid, but we had some relatives from out of town, and we went to a flea market. And for whatever reason, he was at the flea market that day painting, like doing a live demo type thing.
Right.
And we got there late. It was like, I guess on a Sunday or whatever. The flea market was pretty much, nobody was there. And he was packing up, and my relatives inquired about a painting, and he said, I'm sorry, I'm all out of canvases, yada, yada. And they said, well, if we go get you canvases, would you do some paintings for us? And he agreed to do it. And they went to an art store and bought some canvases and brought them back. And he painted 2 matching paintings that hung in their living room for the rest of them, their lives. It was like a cabin with a happy little stream and some deer.
Bob Ross was the best.
Bob Ross originals. Do you know how much those would go for now?
Yeah, $10.75 probably.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe you could get a dude
Now,
to
you
run
get
through
me
the
one of
streets
those
of a town.
Bob Ross originals. You give me one of those Bob Ross originals, and maybe I'll go on this vision quest.
That's all it
If
would
I
take
could
is
get
a
hold
fucking
of
Bob
them
Ross
in my
original.
room.
I grew up with Bob Ross, man. He was like my hero when I was a kid. I watched him every Saturday on PBS.
If all it takes is I have to find a Bob Ross original for you to fucking drop acid, I will fucking find one.
No, I've changed my mind.
You fucking
There's no Welchin.
flopper.
I want to go back to the GoFundMe thing. I mean, that could be a good scam right there.
It's never gonna happen.
People
Matt.
would love to see me. No, I know. That's.
We're
the
never
thing.
gonna
I know
get to
it's never gonna
see.
happen.
We're never gonna get to see any of it. We're never gonna get to see Richard Allen walk him through a fucking vision quest. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Matt.
I'm just saying.
I tried.
I'm not gonna do it.
I really fucking tried.
I mean,
I can't.
the Bob Ross.
I can
original
take the
would be
horse to the
tempting.
to the stream, but I can't fucking make him drink.
You got to break his legs to drown him.
Yeah, well, that is true.
Not saying that we break Steve's legs, but if that's what it takes.
I think that this vision quest could save him. I think it could bring him everything right around.
It's not gonna happen.
I think it could open his
I
eyes.
don't need saving.
You know what they say? They say that people who have done psychedelics, they're more intelligent. They see things a lot more clearly.
I like my clouded way of existence.
What if this is
I
your
don't want to
key?
see anything clearly.
What if this is the key to seeing the Matrix, Steve?
You know what it would be the key to? Me being a single man again. That's not going to happen.
If she loves you, she would accept you for going on your vision quest.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I totally believe that, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. You can believe it all you want. I don't. Listen, I love that woman, and I ain't going to do anything to fuck that up. So a vision quest is out. Period. Unless there's no drugs involved, then I'll have all sorts of visions.
Damn.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can?
Yeah.
All right.
How?
Well, it's a little bit more difficult. It just involves you going into the wilderness and fasting until you start tripping.
You know, that would be a little more acceptable.
Yeah. If you're into that thing. It's a lot more fun on the drugs, trust me.
I'm sure you're right, but it ain't gonna happen.
A lot more colorful.
I think you should go. I think
Still
you should
ain't
go
gonna
with the
happen.
drugs.
No. You know, when we get to the Mothman Festival, Chris, you know there's going to be some police officers standing there waiting for us.
So Steve, I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. That's why I wanted to be able to set this vision quest up for you, so that because I think that unlike you, I don't think that our first meeting should meet with a man hug and a kiss and.
No
Spaghetti
kids.
dinner.
I like the spaghetti.
Lady
Trip
in
to
the
fucking
Tramp dinner.
Libby's.
I wasn't expecting that we were gonna play fucking volleyball with our shirts off like fucking Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer and Top Gun. But I thought I could impart on you some. I thought I could impart on you some knowledge.
Although you can call each other Maverick and Goose.
Right. We can do
Which
that
one do I get
all
to
day
be?
long. You get to be Goose.
You're clearly Goose.
I figured.
I seriously don't even know if I want to do the news tonight.
I'm not going to do the news tonight. I'm afraid to open the news stories. My computer might crash again.
Well, I mean, I was kind of like trying to avoid you having to discuss that, but thanks for pointing it out.
Well,
Thanks for clearing that up for us, Steve. Making sure everybody's informed at home, knowing what's going on.
Would you be willing to do nutmeg?
I don't know.
Would you take some absinthe?
I don't even know what that is.
It's alcohol.
Yeah.
I might drink a
Technically.
beer.
You can buy it in a liquor store, some places.
Have you ever drank moonshine,
Is
Steve?
Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I actually have. Homemade stuff too. I mean, my granddad's used to make that shit. But I didn't actually drink it. I tasted it, and yeah.
You don't really taste moonshine.
No, you don't. It sure does burn your tongue.
Well, you know what I say. If I can't get Steve to
Starts
go
a good fire though.
to go on this vision quest, we might have to get Mick West. I have to put the feelers out there because I really think somebody needs to find out where the end of the road goes, where the edge of the matrix is. Steve's not willing to do it.
Nope.
Unless we dose him. It's a possibility, Matt.
Nope.
This has been episode
Never say never.
104 of the Fortean Slip. The
Never.
Steve goes on a vision quest episode. Or the secret show. One of the two. If you like this shit, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Go to theforteanslip.com, theforteanslip.blogspot.com. They both take you to the same place. Check out bigfootcrossroads.com. Check out Steve's sticker shit and Fred Dunn at
teamcrypto.com.
youtube.com/Dred Funn and dredfunn.com. See ya.